In this module 10, we are going to discuss about the stages of human development. After completion of this module, you will be able to learn about the various stages of child development and understand the important stages and identify the important stages of human development. Let's see the various stages of human development. Of all the mammals, man is the most immature at birth and needs the longest period of development before he is capable of the activities and skills of his species. This prolonged period of immaturity points to the necessity of education. The human individual is developing an organisms and progressive sequential changes, and takes place in an ordinary pattern from conception to till death. And this development is changes the could be best understood if we study them in different phases of human life, otherwise they known as the development stages. So these different aspects of human development are affected by both heredity and environment. The human development through gradual and continuous, and the psychologists have distinguished the certain stages of development on the basis of certain assumptions. So the stages of development are closely related and integrated. The main aim of studying human development in its different stages is to understand thoroughly so as identify the order and pattern in each development period. According to John Anderson, speaks of human development as the expansion of living space involving the following five interrelated aspects. Okay, let's see that following five interrelated aspects. The development in synthetic understanding of sensations. The development is the synthetic understanding of sensations, because all the knowledge, all the things we can observe so many lot of the things from our senses only. And the human development in the nature and its types of behavior. Okay, so everything it should be depends on the nature, heredity and the environment. So that is also discussed by the John E. Anderson. And development due to the behavior rising a higher and more complex levels. So the development due to the behavior rising to higher and more complex levels, and the development is due to the planning for the future bearing in mind as a mind in the past experiences also. So the development due to the planning for the future bearing in mind the past experience also. So the development in the degree of self-control in behavior. So the development in the degree of self-control in behavior. Okay, and the human development contains important aspects of dimensions as such as physical development that is related to the body, and cognitive development that is related to the brain, and the emotional development and social development and moral development, and finally the language development. Okay, in this module, we are going to study about the three important stages of human lifespan, from the birth to teenagers, and infancy, childhood, and adolescence, with different dimensions of development that takes place during these periods. Okay, let's see the important stages of development. Okay, based on certain common development characteristics, psychologists have classified the human lifespan into following development stage. The two developmental stages, one is the prenatal stage and another one is the postnatal stage. That prenatal stage is further classified into three types. One is the germinal period, and another one is embryonic period, and the third one is a fetal stage. That germinal stage, the germinal period is started from the first 2 weeks, and after that the 3rd weeks to 8 weeks, that is called as the embryonic period or embryonic stage, that is the 3 week to 8 week, and the fetal stage from 9 weeks to birth. And during this period, the germinal period, the zygote grows into a 1/4 rudiments of bodily organs are formed during the embryonic stages, and heartbeat begins by about 8 weeks, and heartbeat begins about 3 to 8 weeks. And the period of fetal stage, the child attains gradually full size of the body and shape, the cell divisions and the differentiations characteristics of prenatal development. Okay, so let me discuss the postnatal period. The postnatal stages, that infancy, that postnatal period also classified into several types. One is the infancy, and another one is childhood, and pre-adolescence and adolescence period, and adulthood period, and middle age, and finally the old age. That infancy period is started from the age from the birth to 2 years, and the childhood period, second one is the childhood stages. The childhood stages is further classified into two types. One is the early childhood, another one is the later childhood. That early childhood is started from the age 3 years to 6 years. That early childhood is started from the age 3 years to 6 years. Then next one is the later childhood. That later childhood is started from the age 7 years to 10 years. Okay, and next one is the pre-adolescence. The pre-adolescence it's a form from it started the age of 11 to 13. It started from the age of 11 to 13, and the adolescence period it starts about 14 years to 19 years in the strict sense up to the onset of puberty. In the strict sense up to the onset of puberty. And adulthood. So next one is the adulthood. The age is started from the 20 to 40 years. The next one is the middle age. That middle age is about 40 years to 60 years. And finally old age. That old age is started from the year 60 years onwards. The postnatal developments, it involves the increases the size and diversity and complexity of functions. There are certainly individual differences, and so we should not think that every individual or every child will have each stages according to the age mentioned. And the above the stages, above the 10 stages is put forth by the Harlock. Maybe he telescoped into 4 categories: an infancy period from birth to 5 years, and the childhood period 5 years to 12 years, and adolescence period 12 years to 18 years, and the maturity after 20 years. And as a teacher may generally have to deal only with these broad stages of development in their professional work. And it will also be a value of understand of the general characteristics of every individual, and particularly during the infancy and childhood and adolescence. So these 3 stages are related to primary, middle, and high schools levels in education. The upcoming following video is useful for further learning. That is an animated video, and followed by another video postnatal stage that is definitely useful for your more learning and more understanding.
nicht diese Töne, sondern lasst uns angenehmere anstimmen und Freude schöner Götter, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium, wir betreten feuertrunken himmlische dein Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Moore streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Moore streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. Wie der große Wunsch gelungen, eines Freundes Freund zu sein, der ein holdes Weib errungen, mische seinen Jubel ein. Der auch eine Seele seinen Lauf begehren rund, und wir stiegen von der Stille, beugen sich aus diesem Grund. Freude trinken alle Wiesen an den Brüsten der Natur. Alle Guten, alle Bösen folgen ihrer großen Spur. Kenntnisse gab sie uns und Reden, einen Freund geprüft in Tod. Bonus hat den Mund gegeben und den Herrn steht vermont. Durch des Himmels prächtigen Land laufen Brüder eure, laufen Brüder eure, weinig wie ein Held zum Siegen, wie ein Held zum Siegen, laufen Brüder eure,
Now, the postnatal phase starts from birth till the death of an individual and is further divided into various stages. Each stage has its typical characteristics and also hazards associated with it. So, we will discuss these stages in detail. So, as you can see, the postnatal phase has been divided into several different stages, and the first stage of the postnatal phase is the infancy stage. This is the shortest phase, and this phase starts from birth and lasts till 2 weeks of birth. The second stage is the babyhood stage, and this starts from the 3rd week of birth till and it lasts till 2 years of birth. The third stage is the childhood stage, and the childhood stage it starts from the 3rd year of birth till puberty, till the child attains puberty. And the next phase is the adolescent phase, and the adolescent phase starts from puberty till 18 to 19 years of age. So it varies between male and female, because female attain puberty earlier than the male. So it varies between male and female. The next phase after adolescence is the adulthood phase. So the adulthood phase starts from 20 years till 40 years of age. Another stage of adulthood is the middle age, and this middle age it starts from 40 years till 60 years of age. And the last phase is the old age phase, and it starts from 60 years till the death of an individual.
Thank you for watching.